What's up, guys? Spenny. To their absolute credit and to the lasting legacy of Charlie Kirk, an open, fair, honest, good faith debate, Turning Point USA hosted Tucker Carlson yesterday to a sellout crowd in Indiana. Look at this, absolutely massive. Thousands of people showed up to hear Tucker and also to hear, well, his dogs. Look at this. Tucker brought his dogs on stage for the Turning Point tour. All right, you love to see it. Good doggies. Anyway, the reason why, of course, this is Charlie's lasting legacy is that people have tried to cancel Tucker because his views have been naughty or offensive or whatever. This is exactly why we have these debates. I don't agree with any of that. And it's actually remarkable if you listen to what Tucker Carlson had to say during the Q&A. He was asked a remarkable number of very poignanted and tough, I would argue, questions. Some of those questions were about text messages that were revealed in court filings where Tucker Carlson said, "I hate Donald Trump." And the individual who's asking it was not asking in good faith and was a smarmy lib, obviously. Tucker Carlson eventually offered to fight him. But I think the answer is profound and worth a listen to, in so much as what you can understand from it is Tucker's frame of mind, where he was going and where he's been when it comes to his political ideology. And I think that's a critically important, along with Tucker's offer to fight the guy, which is also awesome. Here you go.
Thought process.
I would answer your second question first. I really try to be as transparent as I possibly can. I think you just scoffed in the microphone.
I mean, there was text that came out in court filing.
Would you like to know what that was? Because I'll tell you.
I'm sure everyone would love to know. Yeah, when the Dominion lawsuit.
Oh, you're one of the most annoying people I've ever dealt with. This is why I don't come to college. No, but hold on. I'm gonna no. Hold on. I'm gonna apologize. I just want to apologize for saying that. Okay, so
that's such an honor.
Yeah, I know. My views are like on the internet, and I don't work for anybody but me. I'm in business with my college roommate. I have no incentive to ever lie at all, and I really try not to. I supported the Iraq War pretty vehemently. I supported the nomination of a Supreme Court Justice, Amy Coney Barrett. That was a huge mistake. Sorry. I think not what I thought she was. I support John Roberts. I support, what's the list of dumb things I've supported in my life? It's very long. I think I've learned something from those mistakes. I'm happy to admit how dumb they were. I've spent the last 22 years trying to atone for my support for the Iraq War.
I appreciate that. And
hold on, I'm not. Okay, now you're annoying me again.
Oh my God.
Not here for your affirmation. So
I don't.
I would say, as to the text specifically, you want to actually know? I mean, are you even willing to hear it? I'll tell you exactly what that was. Those were between me and a producer of mine who I really love, who I still am close to, and that was about. It was in January after the election, and Trump was saying they stole it from me. And I called the White House and I said, I'm totally willing to believe that. I mean, Zuckerberg puts, $400 million into the mechanics of elections. I don't think he's doing that because he believes in good government. What is this? It's clearly their stuff. And I say to the White House, someone specifically at the White House, give me examples. And he says, I have got a great example for you. I've got 7 or 8 dead people who voted. And the beauty of that claim was it's provable because they're death certificates. And we've got the death certificates, and we've got the obits, and they voted, and they're on the voter rolls. We know they voted. Well, talk about slam dunk. I'm not repeating anything I can't prove. I don't trust any campaign, period. I never have, on either side. I just don't trust campaign consultants. They're disgusting. I still think that. But this seemed like a verifiable hit. So I go out there, and I say, there's a lot of talk, and you can pull up the tape. There's a lot of talk about, election theft. We're working on it. And I'm working in Fox News, so there's a lot of, let's find out what happened. But we know that 7 or 10 dead people voted, and here are their names. Miss Wanda Johnson of Sioux City, Iowa, and, Jack Klein of Corpus Christi, Texas, and I would go through the whole name, and we'll put the obits up. Well, within like 25 minutes, a couple of the dead people call CNN to say, we're not dead. And CNN runs this whole thing exposing that I have just made this colossal error on the air. There's nothing I hate more than being wrong and humiliated like that, because I have a staff. We should get this right. And I didn't get it right because it's so easy to check whether or not someone has died that I didn't check. And I was enraged. And I was just enraged by the whole thing. And my position was, at the time, if you're going to claim it was stolen, prove it to me. I'm an adult man. I'm not taking anybody's word for anything.
How come you weren't saying these things during, on Fox News?
I did the next day.
And I'm not here to just try to argue with you. I really do think this country's going through some, deeply troubling times.
Wait, what do you mean argue with me? You just said, wait, stop. You just, stop. No, wait, hold on. You said, why didn't you say these things? And I said, I did the next day on the air, live on Fox News. And you're like, oh yeah, okay, whatever. No,
but you didn't though.
Check the tape, dude.
The emphasis of your show. The emphasis.
What are you talking about? I went immediately on the.
Cop-out. Okay, fine.
What do you mean it's a cop-out? I was completely wrong. I blamed the Trump campaign for being wrong when it was partly my fault for taking their word for it, which I shouldn't have done. And the guy who gave me that information, I just ran into. I'm still mad at him. He's still around.
It's just so you don't take any ownership for devices.
What do you mean any ownership?
You had the #1 rated show in America.
What specifically are you talking about?
You had the #1 rated cable.
I'm aware of that. I hosted it.
Yeah, I know. So you had. I know. So the amount of influence that you carried.
So you don't agree. Look, you don't agree with my views.
No, that's not what I'm getting at.
Tucker, so you're saying my views are insincere?
No, we disagree. Yes, I truly doubt your sincerity, and I think at this point in your career,
then that's your problem.
I'm trying to understand it because it makes no sense. You're worth $50 million.
I'm not worth $50 million.
30 to 50.
Get off the fucking internet, son. Don't stop believing that stuff.
Oh.
$50 million.
Go back to cable news.
Sorry.
No, but I'm just look.
Okay, you're too annoying. You're too annoying. So I like the last chick who disagreed with me, and then we could have a normal conversation.
All right.
But you're telling me you're worth $50 million. What? Stop.
Okay, you got real defensive there. I just read a number that's a lot of money. Jesus Christ, calm down.
Don't use that phrase.
You're worth.
We're done.
Well, look.
Just stop.
Can I say one?
No, you can't. Not after you say that. Leave.
All right.
That answer had absolute brutal honesty to it, as did this one, which is going viral right now. Tucker Carlson talking about abortion culture and saying that it is the ritualistic and cultish killing of children, and then arguing effectively that this is no different than the Mayans or an Aztec tribe doing this so that they can get rain in the next corn growing season, sacrificing children and human beings. A powerful and impassioned and beautiful argument. Human rights means you have the right to life.
No, I totally agree with you. But abortion is murder, obviously, and everyone knows that. And people are so into it because it's the same ritual that every civilization ever been studied has engaged in, which is human sacrifice. Obviously, why did the Incas, and it wasn't just the Incas, it was my ancestors, the Vikings, all of them, killed people in order to appease the gods and give themselves more power.
Abortion isn't ritualistic.
Are you joking? They had an abortion truck outside the Democratic Convention. While you're here, maybe you could get an abortion. No, it's the most crazed level of fanaticism I've ever seen. When I was a kid, they would say, well, there's probably some 12-year-old farm worker child who got raped and she's pregnant. Would you say to her she has to carry the baby? And I'd be like, oh, that's so sad. I can't, It makes me really sad. And I don't think she should have an abortion, but I get it. Now it's just no, abortion is the only right you have. It's all you have. You don't have the right to keep him from jabbing a needle in your arm with some unknown poison made by Pfizer. You don't have that right. You don't have the right to say what you really think. The only right you have is to murder your own kids? That's dark, dude. Listen to yourself. That's the saddest thing that could ever happen. Killing your children? The only thing in life, and I'm telling you this as a young person with the greatest sincerity, I mean this as a father of four, the only thing that matters is not your stupid job at Citibank. Trust me, it doesn't matter. All that matters is having children, and your children are all that will matter to you. I don't care what you say. I've lived it. I know that's true. And so anyone who's like, oh, just kill your children. You know, I feel like a lot of the problems, I'm sorry, Brookie, to upset you. Sorry. It's my dog. I don't yell at home. But no, I think it's just grotesque. It's shocking that this happens. And everyone's like, sorry. There's nothing more entitled than a female Springer Spaniel. Sorry. Anyway, it's the saddest thing. And to hear people like, I know a million people have had abortions. I don't know one who's happy about it, you know, and they're really sad about it. And it's awful.
Because it's not something that people take joy in. It's something that people do out of necessity.
No,
I think you're out of touch if you think it's a ritualistic thing.
Of course it's a ritual. How many abortions are there in this country every year?
And it's a matter of human rights, as you said. And it's a matter...
There's no human right to kill people, dude. Sorry. In fact, killing people is the enemy of human rights. The human right is to live.
Not a person.
It's not a person. Okay, it's not a person. But everybody knows it is. It's just so dumb. It's not a person. It's like they won't. Why don't we show a video of an abortion? And let's see if you can sit through it. And you would feel sick to your stomach. You have. Oh, okay, maybe you liked it.
I grew up in a church that thought it would be...
No, I don't. I'm sorry I said that. No, I'm sorry. No one wants to talk about the details, ever. And the most horrific things in life, including a lot that happens in war, including transgender surgeries, definitely including abortion, it's all couched in abstract ideological terms which are designed to prevent you from facing what's actually happening. A human being is being beheaded with a knife inside a woman. And that, if that beheading didn't take place, that would be a person, a human being, who maybe would go on to lead some screwed up life, maybe wouldn't, but it's not up to us. We don't get to kill people simply because they're in the way, period. And if you can kill children who are in the way, you can kill the elderly who are in the way, and in the end, they'll be killing us who are in the way. You can't do that.
I love these debates because it gives you a spectacular opportunity in order to show everyone the difference between the sides, the clashing of ideas. And Tucker Carlson is just one of those guys that thought through this stuff and is old enough to say it. So, ladies and gentlemen, Tucker Carlson on stage at Turning Point USA. If you follow the news, you'll realize how important that is for free speech and debate in this country. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe for more of that. See ya.